Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I love you, Negro. That's all I have to say. Ponce saved our hides. If it hadn't been for the miraculous final header on the part of El Negro Ponce, we would be crying in our beer. Ponce saved our honor in the last instances of the match. I love you, Negro. If no one else does, I thank you. Love you, bro. The one thing I can say about Wednesday's game in Querétaro was that Chivas never stopped pushing. Still, pushing in what direction? There are instances in which I cannot find direction in our Rebaño's push. The flow was definitely not there Wednesday, but the powers that be assured that Guadalajara come away with at least 1 point in their visit to the Corregidora. There are different versions of the origin of the word Querétaro, one being Querandarau, meaning place of big stones or rocks. Another being a pre-Hispanic word in Otomí is Ndamaxe, which means the great ball game, the place where the ball or ball game is played. What we least witnessed was a great ball game. A rough and tumble struggle in midfield put a damper on what had promised to be a very openly played match. Indecision and preemptively placed lineup changes transformed an attractively played first half, back and forth, into a strategic midfield mayhem. Both teams were unable to establish a dominance and based their attack on long balls and Holy Marys, hoping that a moment of inspiration would add a pittance of clarity to otherwise confabulatory instances of misplaced passes and unproductive forward pushes. The 2-2 draw disguises the fact that there was a complete lack of strategic clarity on the part of both DTs. Altamirano posed a more defined structure, but was unable to break Vuce's initial setup. The rest was a plethora of reactionary buildup, a confabulation of inertia. Heart Attack Alley. The red and white struggled to find the key to break through Piti's initial lineup, but were unable to find the keyhole, and Alice-like jumped down the rabbit hole, looking for an answer. Long balls and misplaced passes riddled an otherwise attractive game. Both managers threw into the spaces in their bulwarks cannon fodder on a dirty field. Mishap and circumstance. Even though Chivas held the lion's share of possession, 64% of the time, they were unable to establish dominance over the Gallos. The 4 incursions into the net were more circumstantial than focal. The Gallos' first ball into the net, result of circumstance more than precision. JJ's accidental heel past the myriad of blue and black defenders, a defensive rebound past the keeper and into the net. Querétaro's second goal, circumstance of untimely defending and distraction. Ponce's last-minute header, a cherry to top the uncountable number of misattentions that plagued an otherwise attractive game. Murphy's Law dictates that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Still, 1 point is better than none. Next up on the Rojiblanco road trip is Mazatlán. Chivas will travel from the rocky promenades of Querétaro to the tranquil shores of Sinaloa to face off against the Mazatlecans. The newcomers, under the direction of Tomás Boy, have had their own share of ups and downs. Beyond the morbid back and forth, the promise of an attractive face-off remains. This is the way.